Hey, I'm Shannon Curtis, a journalist and a news anchor. Grab your morning cup of coffee. Let me catch you up on all of this week's top stories on the Coffee Chat. So a 14-year-old and his father are now in jail after a shooting at a Georgia high school killed 4 people. So this 14-year-old is still in police custody and charged with multiple counts of murder. He was actually in a courtroom on Friday where we learned that he will not be sentenced with the death penalty because they're in the state of Georgia. They do not allow someone who commits a crime that's under the age of 18 to be eligible for the death penalty. At maximum, his sentence will be life. His father is also now being charged with manslaughter because he is the one who allowed his son to have this gun. This is just one of the latest cases where parents are now being charged or held accountable for their children's crimes. So this morning, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Should parents be held accountable or held responsible legally when their children commit crimes such as these? Weigh in the comment section this morning on the Coffee Chat and let me know what you think. Also this week, we finally got the return of college and NFL football, and it's already been a wild start to both seasons. So most notably on the college side of things, Florida State somehow lost their first 2 games because they played in week 0 and then they played in week 1, losing to Boston College and Georgia Tech in such an astounding fashion. Like, it's unreal to me that a team that was supposed to be so good is so incredibly bad. So of course they are completely out of the rankings. The new rankings came out. Just about everyone else of the top teams won their games. The only teams that really moved around a lot, Oregon dropped a bit because they allowed Idaho to score twice on them. Texas moved up a bit after they just completely obliterated Colorado State. Now, on the NFL side of things, again, the season just got underway. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens kicked off the season on Thursday in a rematch of the AFC Championship game. It came down to literally the last seconds of the game. Baltimore had a chance to tie things up, and in an unbelievable fashion, by literally a toe being across the line at the back of the end zone, the Ravens lost the game. I know their fans are absolutely hurt this today. I feel for you. I really do. As a Cowboys fan, it's going to happen to us at some point this season. Don't worry. It'll happen. Speaking of football, though, okay, again, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens were playing in the first game of the season. Of course, a lot of people online then were talking about Taylor Swift as she is still dating Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. And already people online are mad because the NFL used several shots of Taylor Swift from last season in one of their promos promoting the beginning of this season. And it's wild how mad people get talking about their true NFL fans and they don't want to see Taylor Swift. Well, then turn off the commercial. She's not playing in the game, so what does it matter to you? I don't understand it. Let me know what you think, though. Like, does it bother you that they're really hyping up this whole Taylor Swift? Because to me, it just makes sense. Her fan base is massive. Her fans love her. And more people who are watching the games and more people who are buying merchandise means more money for the NFL. This week, we also learned that Donald Trump's sentencing in that hush money trial will not happen until November after the presidential election. A judge ruled on Friday that his original sentencing that was supposed to happen in September will now be pushed back to November 26th, a few weeks after the presidential election is certified. Also announced this week will be a One Tree Hill. Yeah, you remember the show from the early 2000s that used to air on the CW? Well, they're bringing it back. Well, kind of, like a sequel. So the cast members who played Brooke and who played Peyton in the original show are actually executive producing this time around, and they will be reprising their roles as their characters, Brooke and Peyton, but they will just be older and be talking about their kids. I think it's pretty interesting. We'll see what happens here, but it's currently in the works according to Deadline. So right now, I just finished up reading a book that I absolutely love. Check it out. It's called The Housemaid. It's actually by this incredible author. Her name is Frida McFadden, and she actually has a series of these books. They're unbelievable if you like suspense, if you kind of like true crime. It's all of the things. It's about this young woman who becomes a housemaid for this upper class family, and things go horribly wrong incredibly quickly, and nothing is as it seems. It's really one of the best books that I think I have read in a very long time. If you have a book recommendation, especially one that has kind of a fall vibe or theme, leave it there in the comment section for me. Also, right now I'm watching all of my fall shows. So right now I've been really into A Discovery of Witches on Netflix. It's an excellent fantasy, kind of a darker fantasy series that's out on Netflix that has 3 seasons. I've also been watching Chimp Crazy on Max. Don't know if you checked it out, but anybody out there who remembers Tiger King, Yes, it's by those same producers, except it's about chimps. So yeah, definitely check it out. And if you do, let me know what you think about that show because it's absolutely wild. Also, another thing I've been watching and totally enjoying and vibing out to, Flavor Trip. If you have not checked them out right here on YouTube, go ahead, give them a like and a follow and check out their videos. They have the best vibes, whether you're early morning, late in the evening, just a midday kind of vibe. I'll be turning it on here in just a little bit. All right, guys, that is all for this week's Week in Review on the Coffee Chat. Again, give me a like and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy getting your news content here on YouTube. Stay caffeinated, stay curious.